Yeah.
If you said like too many times, teacher was on your ass.
Well, if we say supposedly, we get fucking lit up in the comment section.
Supposedly.
People care how we speak.
That's part of our job, right?
This guy over here. Yeah, big speaker, man.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to...
I thought you were about to go for it.
I was.
I was going to let you go. I'm a peacock, Captain. You got to let me fly.
But then when I said welcome back, I said it too fast and I combined the words and I was about to stutter, so I stopped talking.
Yeah, do it in Spanish. I mean, Italian.
I can't speak Italian. From Family Guy. He was whistling to the bird in Italian.
You should have did Baba da Boopy.
That's too cliche.
I'm disrespectful.
Everyone does that, yeah.
I was reading the comments and they were debating us teaching racism to Teddy. And then 3 replies like, Teddy's right. Teddy's right. Teddy was right, though. So yes, based on the letter of the law, but in the real world, no.
What, the anti-Italian discrimination?
Yeah, anti-Italian discrimination. I mean, of course you could be racist towards Italians.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's no backlash on people being racist towards Italians.
We'll keep it light.
Because Italians don't care because it's not that big of a deal, but everyone else cares.
You
and
got
they're
super mad when I did the gabagool thing.
Because that kid's just annoying, and the fact that people think he's funny is what bothers me.
There you go. Ted, you're going to be a dad soon. You can't get worked up about these things.
I'm going to be worked up about a lot of things.
Yeah. Any names
She's
yet?
going to hate me. Yeah, a couple. I'm not going to say him here, though.
Oh, yeah, congratulations on becoming full-on
Maria?
cracker dad. Fucking gender reveal party. I can't
I
believe
didn't
you
want to do
stooped
it.
that low.
Listen, I told her either find out beforehand or wait till the end. Like, don't do the reveal. Like, just find out us two. And she chose the reveal. And she got my reaction. I told her it was going to happen.
It may have been worth it for that reaction. Maybe the only time it was worth it.
World shattering for me, at least. I wanted a boy so bad. I'm warming up to the girl, though.
You're warming up to her.
Are you going to be one of those people who keep trying for a boy,
crossed.
but then you're just going to have like 4 girls?
Oh, yeah. If I have 2 girls, I'm adopting a boy. I'm not going for a third.
Just going to take matters into your own hands?
Yeah.
I don't think you would adopt. Because I feel like you would want your seed. Because if you adopted a boy and they suck at sports, you'd be like, oh, my genes would be
that's what one guy told me. And one guy has 2 girls, and I was talking to him about it, and I said I was upset about having a boy, about having a girl. And he's like, well, if you had a boy, not everyone's into sports, you know? I was like, yeah, I guess. He's like, so if you had a boy and he wasn't into sports, what would you hate him?
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I am Bo Oliver.
I want to like the
Joined
kid,
here today with Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and
like
Teddy, and we are back to talk about the world of Hollywood. Got a lot of stories to talk about. Aaron's just over there breathing to interrupt me. Go ahead, get it off.
I'm thinking of Teddy in Fences. He's the Denzel. I was like, I don't have to like you.
I was going to say that just now, but I was waiting for him to finish.
Good movie.
It was good.
And yeah, we're back to talk about the world of Hollywood. We're talking about some trailers. We've missed a couple of episodes here, so we've got comments from legendary directors and new biopics being directed by Martin Scorsese, and the Wicked adaptation. That's getting off the ground. It's only been 20 years since the play, so that's good. Guys, how you doing? Oh, wait, let me tell them. Listen on YouTube, the podcast, Nerd Soup Podcast, Buzzsprout, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and follow us on social media at Nerd Soup on Twitter, Instagram, Bo Soup, Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup. How's everybody doing? We haven't actually had you on since you announced that you're having a child.
It's been a while.
A baby. Yeah. We did it. We celebrated for you on the last episode.
Did you? I haven't listened. I don't like listening when I'm not on.
Don't listen. Yeah, don't listen.
That's the only time I would listen if I'm not on.
It is kind of funny to think of all the shots we've taken at you over the years on videos that you don't watch.
Have you really?
Dozens. Like just easy jokes, quick jabs, and you'll just
I'll never
you
know.
would have to sit
now
through
I have to go through all of them,
yeah.
huh? And now I have to
be up at 3 a.m. Elena's gonna wake you.
I gotta listen to anything with Nash. I know Nash will probably take some shots at me.
Yeah, he was really mean to you last time. Like I was sitting here, I'm like,
yeah, the baby episode got ugly. No shots at the baby, just shots at you. Kind of your
shots
abilities.
At the baby? He's like, I'll fuck that baby up.
Said that?
No, he didn't. That's not even believable. At least make it believable.
So what?
He's gonna fuck that baby up. Yeah. He's gonna fight the baby.
That's my girl. You talking about?
Well, not. I mean, I know it was a girl. We all just assumed it was gonna be a boy.
So did I. I got my own hopes up. I think that aided to the disappointment. I got my hopes up. I thought for sure it was a boy. And when the pink smoke came out,
I thought you were gonna have a boy too, just because I thought the universe just goes your way.
Yeah, my way? I just lost a bet. On a full court 3 that the guy got fouled on, and he shot 3 free throws to end the game.
Well, that's gambling. Come on.
No one wins at gambling.
Yeah, it's just the universe not working in my way.
Well, no, that's the universe working correctly. Everything's flowing smoothly.
Now it is?
Yeah. You can't you can't have it all. How much luck do you want? You're pushing your luck. That's the definition of pushing your luck.
So should I stop gambling?
I should be gambling.
Married, about to have a kid, like, you're an adult.
Because this might be the universe saying stop. You don't need this. Maybe I will stop.
What's one thing? What are you gonna miss the most?
I'm betting right now. What do you mean?
Like when you have a kid, like, what's one thing that you're gonna miss the most that you can't do anymore?
Either Call of Duty or the gym is getting kicked out, and I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking Call of Duty.
I would respect that decision.
Yeah, you gotta. That's tough.
Get your Call of Duty in now.
Well, you work. You're doing some, like, you're moving around, right?
Yeah, 3 jobs.
So, like, you're getting enough physical activity.
Yeah, but it's not actual, like, the gym, the gym's different than doing physical labor.
All right, let's talk about Spider-Man. What the hell, yeah?
Oh, you guys, you're both pressing me right now.
This guy's over here giving him 21 questions on fatherhood. That could be a fun pod.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Daddy soup.
Let's do it.
It's just
pop
Teddy.
one out.
It's just Teddy.
Yeah.
I like that name, too. All right, Spider-Man trailer. Ted,
I can't do a solo.
You got your hopes up for having a boy. Didn't work out. What about your hopes for this Spider-Man movie?
Hopes right now.
Aaron's
through the roof right now.
Get your thoughts out. He's going to interrupt.
What do you mean?
I saw you take that breath.
My hopes are through the roof right now. This movie's going to be
I really think
sick.
that, like...
It seems like this is going to be a dark Spider-Man from what Doctor Strange is saying to Peter Parker. Saying that all these villains died at the hands of Spider-Man. And he's, what is he, 17 now? He's got to kill 5 people? You kidding me?
Yeah, that definitely stood out to me as well when he delivers that line and he says, "I'm sorry, kid, that I'm pushing you into, I guess, maturing at this young age," because they've made the effort of keeping him in high school. Mm-hmm. It's not like Toby and Andrew, where Andrew was in college in his second year. So it gives a good reason for those older and more mature Spider-Man to come save the day because, like you said, it's a bit darker. Even though he's been put through some tough challenges over these 2 movies, he looks beat up here. That one shot where he's telling MJ, "I can't save everyone," somebody commented, he looks just like Toby and Garfield when they ran through the mud.
I saw Toby with his mask all fucked up in the first one.
And it reminded you of that, right? So, the trailer itself, I don't know if they're still going to use the excuse of trying to make sure everyone doesn't know who Peter Parker actually is. If that's if it's just he interrupted Doctor Strange and that's why that's where they're all coming from. But I like the idea that Green Goblin is the main antagonist.
Yeah,
that's what I've read. So you see him few shots and you hear the voiceover. But Willem Dafoe is so good in that first movie.
The voiceover is all you need right there, man. Are you kidding me with that voice?
Such a great voice.
Yeah,
so chilling.
Well, I wonder
terrifying.
if Dave DeHaan's going to be in it because there was like a little look of the different Green Goblin that resembled more of the Amazing Spider-Man version. But
I thought that was going to be James Franco's.
It could be Hobgoblin, but
there's no way they brought back James Franco. I think just because of the allegations.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going through something.
Yeah,
right?
Is he canceled?
He's in limbo.
I think Seth Rogen canceled him, and then that took a spiral.
Yeah, once Seth no longer has your back.
Yeah.
They were boys, so yeah, I don't think they'll bring him back. There were also rumors that they'll bring back Rhino. I mean, what we see here is
you saw Sandman.
See the Lizard, Sandman, obviously Doc Ock.
But is Doc Ock going to play more of like a anti-villain?
I wonder if they team up with Doc Ock.
Because he ended off on a good note. Like he killed himself to save the city or the world, at least.
Right, he does. He realizes there's errors of his ways, and he does sacrifice himself. So you wonder if this new Peter Parker and Doc Ock will team up.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, they showed that one clip of Lizard being kicked by something that wasn't there. So, I mean, obviously, we're getting
Drax.
Oh, nice, I like that. Steal it from the internet?
No, I was like, I should have tweeted that. God damn it.
Pause the pod.
Save my best stuff for this fucking pod.
It's great.
Or it just comes to me on the pod when it doesn't matter.
Well, it matters. You
I know.
Kick things around here.
I sometimes forget how many people listen to the pod versus how many people follow me on Twitter. This is more important, actually.
We'll pause the pod, open up Photoshop, and get some work done.
Well, I guess that's what he was referencing at the end, right? Doctor Strange. They're all coming through, so maybe they'll come at... But I've also read rumors that they have 45 minutes each, so that they share a lot of screen time together, obviously Garfield and Toby.
I mean, it's inevitable at this point. I like how they didn't show it in the trailer. Leave some surprise for the audience. I want to see that moment in the theater with everybody watching it at the same time. So
the marketing is kind of brilliant because you can use the villains and hope that most fans will come to the conclusion, I recognize this. The other Spider-Man are probably going to be in it.
If they don't put him in it, though, is it believable that Tom Holland Spider-Man can take on these 5 villains? Because it doesn't seem like Doctor Strange is going to help him.
Yeah, he tells him, well, that was an awful line. The reactions to that were very funny. Go Scooby-Doo this crap. Yeah.
No, please. That made me cringe.
Scooby-Doo this crap.
He's got to help him, right, bro? It was his fault. He's the one that did the spells.
Right, well, Doctor Strange is always like...
You don't think it's him?
At first, you don't think that's Doctor Strange? And I like that theory.
Yeah. He's being stupid.
But they can't play that role. They can't play that card again, right?
He's crazy by the book,
They literally
bro.
did that in the last Spider-Man movie.
He's super by the book.
It wasn't Samuel L. Jackson.
Doesn't make sense.
But it was a scroll. You know, this is going to be Mephisto.
Right, but it's the same... I think that maybe... Or he's dumbed down because they need him to be dumb for the story.
Yeah.
People will be frustrated by that. But it looks like they're going to fight. Doctor Strange, I was going to say that he's a character who he always has one idea, and it's usually a bad idea, an extreme idea, and it doesn't work, and then he comes to, agree with other characters. So it looks like he'll probably want the easy fix, and Spider-Man's like, no, you can't do that. So
am I missing something, though? Why would they be fighting on the train? But what does Peter Parker, what does Tom Maguire, what does Tom Holland want from Doctor Strange that he's not letting him do?
I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know if I was missing something from the trailer or not. If it was obvious.
No. I think they've set up some conflict between them, and we don't know what it exactly is.
I hope this movie, I hope it's pop. I was looking at the box offices of everything. It's kind of weird now, but I think this might be the first one that actually does numbers that resemble what we're used to. And number one, it's Spider-Man and everything that's being teased. And I think pretty much it's so well known that all these Spider-Men are coming back. I just want this to be an event. When's the last event we went to? Because even Dune wasn't really like that. It wasn't that big of a buzz for Dune, was there? At our theater? When's the last time?
It was packed. It wasn't
packed.
Crazy
when's the last time
packed,
you went into a theater and everyone was just like, oh, I can't fucking wait. And you kind of hear the buzz in there.
Probably Star Wars in the city, or the Joker in the city at the Comic-Con. Probably the last one I went to.
I think the Joker may be the last big event movie.
That was after Endgame?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was 2019, the fall.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because we saw it right after Comic-Con.
That's right.
No, yeah, it's been a while, and we've been spoiled. That was the talk 3-4 years ago. Oh, 2018 is going to be crazy. 2019, all these culminations, Star Wars and Game of Thrones and the Marvel movies, and now we're in a bit of a drought because things are kind of revving back up and building back up. So the next big event movie is going to be an Avengers movie.
But also
Avengers 5 is going to blow the fucking doors off of the box office because even if it's not good, it's going to be, let's see what this is. It's like the Carter 4 after the Carter 3, right? It's just going to do numbers because of the fucking namesake. Right. It may not be good, but that's going to be an event movie. New Avengers, new roster, new villain.
It also feels like Marvel's been a bit bleak, no? With the movies it's been putting out.
Bleak or bland?
Bland, I guess.
Or bleak.
I get they both make sense, right?
Oblique.
Oblique?
Well, you mean bleak in tone or just in quality?
No, just in quality. It's just like puttering.
Okay, I get you.
It's not anything that's really getting people's attention. Like Black Widow and Shang-Chi.
It's funny because it started off so well with WandaVision, and it feels like it's been not on a downward turn, but like you said, puttering. I think that's a good word.
Each phase had its stinkers, so I guess these are our stinkers. But
dude, look at Phase 1. Phase 1 was saved by the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Iron Man and then Avengers. In between is shit. It's a shit sandwich. So, I mean, people like the first Captain America, but then you have Thor, then you have Iron Man 2, then you have Incredible Hulk, so.
Speaking of which.
What?
Check the box office for Eternals. I think you're fucked.
I didn't want to know.
No, you're in trouble. It's at 3:30, I think.
Are you keeping up?
Yeah, I've been keeping up. And Shang-Chi's at 4:30.
All right.
So we got $100 million to go.
What's it? We never discussed the time frame, though. That's where we were.
No, we're gonna give it till the end of the year. I think that's
That's bullshit.
What is this,
it's
the
going to be
Shang-Chi had like 7 months.
It's going to be out of theaters by
You
the end
want?
of the year.
Oh, I want. Yeah.
I want Shang-Chi.
No, you have Eternals.
Yeah, but by the end of the year, it's going to be out of theaters. It's not going to be making any more money. So we'll know the number by
Wait,
then.
you think I'm fucked or Teddy's fucked?
No, Teddy's fucked.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
Teddy's fucked.
It needs 100 more million.
Yeah, no, you're going to win. Teddy's screwed. I'm telling him we'll give him until its theatrical run, which I'm assuming is going to be by the end of the year. It'll be out of theaters.
Because their domestic numbers are pretty high. And I don't think they have the numbers for the second weekend
I'm
yet.
thinking people go see movies in like
No, there's a
Christmas
number.
time, you know? Nice Christmas Day movie.
Christmas. They're going to go see Eternals on Christmas?
I don't know.
No, they're going to see Spider-Man, yo.
If anything, you have... Ooh, that could be a little bump if they keep it in theaters until Spider-Man. People go see that before Spider-Man.
Give
Maybe.
me Spider-Man's first week.
No, I'm not giving
Eternals.
you shits, Ted. You lost.
You get Spider-Man's first weekend on top of Eternals? Oh, my God.
Imagine Shang-Chi takes it out.
I think
No,
by
Shang-Chi
next...
is settled at like 4:30, which is solid pandemic era.
I think after this weekend, we'll definitely know for sure. But you need a strong showing, and it's just a shame.
You need the Chinese government to
Re-release it?
completely reverse their stance on Chloe Zhao.
And then they have
and
to
the
do
ma-
it for Shang-Chi as well.
And you need to hope that Shang-Chi is just already passed, so they're not going to do it for Shang-Chi.
I tell you what, I mean, looking at these
sad.
numbers, it's like
That's sad.
compared to
Eternals.
everything else, it's not impressive at all. Even Shang-Chi's was very low, but yeah, the Chinese box office really hindered them. Look at James Bond; that's doing like standard numbers, I would say.
I mean, I definitely think in normal times it would have made even more, because the fact that it's made over 700 million is pretty impressive. And the last one made around 800, 900 million. It wasn't as well received as this one was. So I think it helped it being the end of a franchise, being the end of a run for Craig. It's at 734 right now. So that's just like Aaron said, that would be like a normal number.
Your ability
it's
to talk and search for that, and just like
I'm not
You're
so
very
sure.
impressed by that?
work away into the box office. I probably would have stopped talking until I found the box office, and then
Well, it's because my phone, it's second nature, bro. I'm addicted to this fucking thing. Whenever they give me the screen report at the end of the week, I'm like, God, I need a life.
mine's bad. I
I need
get
to
one
touch
too.
grass.
I don't know why. I mean, I won, right? Some kind of 100 million.
I didn't say you were fucked. Why do you keep going back to that?
because I don't think you're more confident than I am, and I want you to like be more confident.
He's more confident than you.
I know,
That you won.
I know, but I'm not.
So what do you want?
Yeah. What more do you?
I'm
want
not
from
as confident I won as you are.
Why?
Because I feel like
I feel like, but
It
you're
might make-
upset with me for being as confident. You
No, I
me
want you to
Eternals
help
might
me.
make
You wanna-
30 million
I'm
more.
upset because I'm not on confident.
You want
as
me
you.
to convince you that you're going to win?
Yes.
I mean, I just don't see it based on the drop off
I
second
need like
week.
Steve Kornacki. Can we hire him? Do we have that in the budget?
Get rid of me.
Yeah, you guys
Buy
cost
me
the
out.
same.
It depends on its domestic run. Are these next couple of weeks going to be able to? There's no way
I
that the
know.
domestic run is tacking on another
The
100
international
million.
makes me nervous because it's beating it in international by a lot. I don't know.
Isn't that wrapping up already though? The internet, like, it's not releasing in any more markets overseas.
I hope
Most
not.
of the money it's made is overseas. It's Americans who aren't
Yeah.
watching it as much as Shang-Chi.
We need to get Americans back to movie
USA.
theaters.
USA.
So, dude, we've gotten so many comments. That's what actually ticked me off into reading comments, is somebody complained that we liked Eternals because we always like woke shit. A movie about aliens who come here to redesign the world, and the cast reflects the world in which they are living on. What a fucking
What's woke about
piece
that?
of shit company you are, Marvel. Guy from India looks like a guy from India.
Yeah, you know.
This
Yeah,
woke piece. They would hate Star Trek, man. All right, let's move on to the next story. Let's talk about Hayao Miyazaki. Did you guys see this news? It's actually not news, but he's coming out of retirement to direct a new movie.
Is that the last minute article you sent us?
Yes, it is.
Was Jordan wearing the 4-5? Or Jordan
Well,
on
the thing is,
Jordan on the Wizards.
this was already announced.
Yeah.
It's based on a 1937 novel, and just the story is about a 15-year-old boy who lives in Tokyo, and he becomes conscious of the world and of himself, and it's been described as an epic fantasy on a grand scale. So Miyazaki does that a lot. He'll take novels, he'll take true stories, and he'll add his own fantasy elements to them. But like I said, this was news that wasn't really news because we've known he's been working on this. I think it's called You Only Live Once.
Should name the YOLO.
I think that's what it's called. But fans are excited about this. I mean, he's 80 years old, so you don't know how many movies he's going to be able to finish, or how long his career is going to last. Like, he did retire, and he's coming out of retirement to complete this final film.
Is he a big-time director?
Yeah, he's considered one of the best ever.
Jeez.
How Do You Live? Sorry, not You Only Live Once. Yeah, he's super influential animation director. All the Pixar guys worship him. He was very influential on Pixar as a studio.
Oh.
Just, the thought of being able to go into a theater and watch a Miyazaki movie. I've never been able to watch a new one in theaters. I had to watch them all on TV or when they are re-released, but it's not the same. So being able to see a new movie from a legend, that's going to be pretty awesome when it does come out.
Yeah, definitely. I know I haven't seen as many of his films as you have, but I mean, just to name,
You should do that. You should just lie. Just to piss me off.
You never seen Spirited Away, have you?
It's heavy like that. You gotta watch that with your daughter.
Is that what I saw?
No, you saw the most depressing one
yeah.
ever. That wasn't Miyazaki. That was another director that works for the same studio.
Wasn't that called Spirit Away or something? What was that called?
Grave of the Fireflies.
I was off.
Did you see Silent? No, that was me, you, Marissa. Silent Voice.
Yes. I think Ted would have liked that too.
Yeah.
That's a sad movie.
That's not Miyazaki, is it?
No.
Yeah. Even when I look at his filmography, I recognize all these names from just people talking about it and talking about him as a filmmaker. And the few I've seen are incredible. So, yeah, I mean, that's... Would you say he's 80? I always get so, when you hear... Even, Clint Eastwood and Ridley Scott, just these older directors just still putting in that work. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood is... I don't know how he does it. The movies aren't that great anymmer, but it's still awesome.
Well, yeah, that's why he does it. It's like, let me star in a movie where I have a threesome, because that's believable.
A lot of people like his new one.
Can pull that right now?
Yeah.
In real life, IRL.
It's Clint Eastwood. Just off name power, you can get it.
Maybe at the nursing home. He's not walking into,
a lot of people out
One
there.
Oak and pulling, be like, you and you. Come with me.
I don't know. You see him in the VIP, bottled up, chained up.
My favorite picture of all
Crewed
time
up.
is Harrison Ford with the earring at a club when he's 60. What a legend.
He's cool, man. What else are we talking about? We're talking about Miyazaki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Teddy go go for a little because I need to pee so bad. This is a problem for me now. Have you noticed that?
No,
I'm here?
not really.
I pee every half hour.
Do you really not know why?
Just probably because I drink a lot of water.
And coffee.
And coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a funny... I'll tell you after.
Okay. Well, you know what we'll do while he goes to the bathroom? We'll talk about the U.S. weekend box office.
Yeah.
So last week, we didn't come out with a podcast, but thought we'd give an update on that. So Eternals last weekend made $27 million. Clifford the Big Red Dog came in at number 2 with 16.6. Dune came in at 3 with $5 million. No Time to Die made $4.5 million. And Venom Let There Be Carnage made $3.9. This past weekend, it was Ghostbusters Afterlife made the most, opened with $44 million. Eternals was 2 with $11 million. Clifford the Big Red Dog was 3 with $8 million. King Richard made $5.4 million, and Dune was number 5 with $3.1 million.
Man, you can see that drop off. Like King Richard with $5 million. It's Will Smith, and it had the dual release on HBO Max.
I imagine it was a big
really
budget too.
It's crazy what it does, man.
Yeah.
These dual releases. There's got to be something that makes them money on these streaming releases.
I don't think it's something that's here to stay. I think as we get back to normal times, movies will continue to.
Why not just stop doing it now? There's no why wouldn't you just stop doing it?
I think it's because of expectations that they've set with audiences that this is going to be on HBO Max and in theaters. So you can't really backtrack now because it makes you look bad.
Look at the gray hair I just pulled.
That's disgusting.
But Ghostbusters, I don't know what the budget was, 44 domestically. That sounds like a good number for that type of movie. People have been mixed on it, mostly positive. Eternals, like I said, it went from 70 million to 44 to now 11. I mean, to 28 last week and now 11.
I don't understand this infatuation with bringing back Ghostbusters.
I know, right?
the third adaptation of Ghostbusters.
It's
get it.
easy
It was a great
IP
movie.
to reimagine, instantly recognizable. It's so iconic. I guess it's a quick buck. But this one was marketed as, or they even went into production like, this is going to get Ghostbusters back on track. Why do we need Ghostbusters back on track? Nobody needs this.
I get it. The first couple were good, but
We missed Ghostbusters, right? You would say?
Yeah.
That wasn't our generation at all.
No, that's like a Gen X.
Because I never...
It's funny. It's what it is.
No, it's really, like, the first one's very good, but, like, I just never... Like, when they made the 2016 Ghostbusters, I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't know why people are so mad. And it's just like, I don't know, I never had that, like, you can't touch Ghostbusters, or you have to do it right, or do it for the fans. I don't even know what that would be.
no, I'm not saying you can't make it. I just think it's funny that it's like we have 3 adaptations now of Ghostbusters.
Well, 2016 Ghostbusters was truly awful.
It was a bad movie.
But the discourse surrounding it was very sexist. It gave a lot of opportunities for men to just complain about women. And that dominated the talk around
A
it.
lot of it was like, this isn't Ghostbusters. I'm like, I don't know what Ghostbusters is supposed to be. Because I never had that attachment to it.
And then if you disliked it, it was like, well, you hate women. It became a very toxic movie.
Yeah, I remember
this was like I said, it was marketed as stepping away from the toxicity that movie didn't even deserve, even though it was bad.
Well, that was weird, though, because remember when we left the theater, you looked at me and you're like, I fucking hate women. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I was going to be like, I would have liked this if it was 5 penises instead. The jokes would have landed. Instead, it was just Hemsworth who was funny. Which actually, once again, ends up being true. But that has nothing to do... He was the best part of the movie, but that was just because it was poorly written.
Yeah, well...
And he wasn't. I don't know how that happened. Just a funny himbo.
Well, it's always funny.
What's your... what about your story?
Oh, so, have you ever tried fasting before?
Yes. Intermittent.
I try to do a 36-hour. And so to combat my hunger, I drank coffee. But I already drank a ton of coffee to begin with, so I probably tripled that amount, and I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack yesterday. Just beating out of control. Like, I was just going absolutely crazy. I've never felt worse in my life. And the only reason why I did it is because everyone was saying how it's supposed to make you feel better. Like, flush out your system, get more energy. Did the complete opposite. But actually today I feel fantastic.
I'm pretty sure during fasting you can't have water either, right? Or
no,
you can't have a lot of
black
water?
coffee and water. And all I drank was... I had probably 12 cups of coffee yesterday.
That's horrible.
I didn't laugh once throughout that story.
I'm not saying it was a funny story. I'm just saying it's just like you brought up the
found out
coffee.
why he peed.
What?
He's explaining why he's peeing.
Yeah, that's why you came. You said the coffee. I was like, dude, I'll tell you a story.
You did laugh, though, before you left.
Well, you billed it as a funny story.
Yeah.
Did I build it as a funny story?
You sat and contemplated not going to pee because of how funny it was.
I thought me laying in bed with my heart beating at 1,000,000 miles per hour, not being able to sleep last night would have caused you some type of
Know your audience.
joy.
Nash is not here. Text Nash that. He'll probably send you that Squidward video. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
It's like, damn. I wish your heart stopped. I'm like, that's mean.
Yeah,
It's
true.
very predictable with Nash. Yeah, it's straight to death.
So,
Can we move on to Ridley Scott?
Let's do it.
You asked.
The Logan.
Actually, I don't want to because he shit on us.
Millennials?
Yeah. Wait, are we on?
I want to fight
us,
with this.
Say that again?
We're millennials, right?
Yeah, no, we're millennials.
Yeah, I don't appreciate his
We're
comments.
the heart of it, man. We're the prime millennials.
I want
We
to fight
speak
him.
for our generation. You want to fight him?
Yeah.
Nash wants to fight Ted's baby. You want to fight Ridley Scott? What's with you guys
I gotta
fighting
say,
helpless people?
I'm kind of with Aaron here.
Someone's
I
got
don't
to stick
appreciate
up
his
for
comments.
us.
I mean, his comments are typical.
How about these
Spend all
shitty
our money
movies
on
coming out?
avocado toast so we can't go to the theater, right, you
So
old man?
the last Duel was a flop at the box office, and he's blaming his
Didn't it
quote
suck,
was
though?
apathetic millennials. I think what it boils down to is we've got today our audiences who are brought up on these fucking cell phones. The millennials don't ever want to be taught anything unless you're told it on a cell phone. Whatever. Typical, like, go to your Thanksgiving dinner and you're going to hear whatever boomer in your family making these complaints. Very predictable. Where I disagree with him and where I'm actually disappointed in him is when he dick rides Disney right before this quote. Whereas Disney did a great job marketing this. I can't be mad at the bosses. Are you serious? That's where the point becomes total bullshit, because Disney did a horrible job marketing this, and it's not a secret because nobody's ever fucking heard of it, and it's got star power up the fucking wazoo. Everyone's obsessed with Adam Driver. Adam Driver's like the biggest star in the world, and he was just in a Ridley Scott movie that flopped. So you're going to say, oh, Disney did a great job marketing it. It's because of millennials on their cell phones.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. That's box office.
It looked horrible.
Well, they looked horrible.
I didn't even see it yet, and it looked horrible.
A lot of people like it. Apparently it's okay. So, but that frustrates me because if you're going to make the millennial argument, it is what it is. But don't use that as an excuse to not go at Disney because you're just being a corporate dick rider.
The millennials, but if it was good, the millennial generation is the one that would back this movie and pump this thing and get people out there with the social media.
Yeah, this also seems like a movie marketed to men in their 50s. This is a dad standing up and watching it on a Saturday afternoon. Don't talk to your dad. He's watching The Last Duel.
Yeah, I'm trying to because the millennials famously didn't show up to go see Endgame. Remember that when that flopped tremendously and didn't break records? It's like, who do you think is driving these big box office numbers when they actually do make big money? Maybe, and that goes for I think for the past 20 years, if you want to say, yeah, people tend to go more towards the flashy blockbusters than they do maybe that type of film. Sure, that's a different argument, but millennials are probably, what would you say, the highest
percentage going?
Percentage, yeah, of theater goers. What age range?
Probably, yeah, millennials now. Older Gen Z.
Be 20 to 35.
Yeah, 24 to 36, you would think.
So it's all right,
Males.
well, we're too caught up on our phones and TikToking and all that noise to go to see your movie, but other movies we're not. Well, maybe that's a problem with the way your movie was promoted or the problem with your movie.
Right, and it's
Not
a ridiculous
bad,
argument. It is what it is. You can't really get that mad at that argument because people always, generations blaming other generations for things goes back to...
I cannot fucking wait.
Year one. Well, it's already starting, where somebody posted yesterday that they had the disclaimer in front of Rush Hour. Oh, Gen Z's so soft, we had to put this disclaimer in front of the movie. Bro, disclaimers have been around for a long-ass time.
When I'm 60,
I'm pretty sure there's some
everything.
disclaimers in front of those movies from the 20s and 30s, trust me. Some of those movies that Woodrow Wilson was screening at the White House.
So how old do you have to be to blame the next generation? So how much longer do we have till we can blame?
We can't blame the one under us, but I think we have to wait. We have to blame the ones under them.
Yeah, I forget what they're called. They've got a fun name.
Scumbags.
Makes my blood boil. Then and there. I don't know.
Third grade homework. All right, let's move on to the next story. Talking about generations. All right, let's move on to the next story. Martin Scorsese, Grateful Dead biopic. This sounds fun. Jonah Hill will be playing Jerry Garcia, the de facto leader of the Grateful Dead. I'm not a huge Grateful Dead fan, but
you couldn't tell me one of their songs, or I couldn't tell you any of their songs.
Scarlet Begonia, I know that one.
Is it good?
Scarlet Begonia.
What I'm excited for is that I didn't know one song from Queen before Queen came out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
There's no possible way that
I knew the
of.
songs.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were by Queen.
Right.
So I'm wondering if this is going to happen again for Grateful Dead. That I'll find some songs.
One of the most absurd things you've ever said on this podcast.
Oh my God! So you're the biggest fucking rockhead now, right?
You're going to be a deadhead now after this?
I'm just saying. I might know. I know who they. I didn't know that they sung the songs that he had.
Bohemian Rhapsody. Who'd you think that was by?
I couldn't tell you. Before I saw the movie, I had no idea.
Damn.
Freddie Mercury was non-existent in my life before the movie came out.
What a terrible, sad existence that must have been.
I'm the reason they make those movies. People like me.
Well, your initial point was that you're going to watch this and you're going to become more interested in the Grateful Dead.
I'm hoping that there's going to be some songs.
What if Ted becomes like a huge deadhead?
I couldn't see that. Ted doesn't have deadhead vibes.
Is that what they're called?
You got Leonard Skinner vibes. Yeah, they're called deadheads. Yeah. No, that's a couple of our other friends who have Leonard Skinner vibes. You know who's a big deadhead? Bill Walton. Not surprising.
Yeah, you have to be a weed guy. You can't be a deadhead if being a weed guy.
You need an acid guy. You need shrooms and all the psychedelics.
You need to be a drug guy.
I'd do shrooms before weed.
Let's pop.
I respect that. But yeah, Jonah Hill, man, he's attached to the hit with Scorsese, right? They've got The Killers of the Flower Moon coming out. He's also in that.
I can't wait for that
Wall
movie.
Street. This is awesome for Jonah Hill as an actor who started in strictly comedies to branch out. You could tell that he's such a fan of Scorsese and of dramatic movies. You know, he didn't want to be boxed in, and now look at him. He's leading a Grateful Dead biopic. That's such a big. It's a great role for him.
Yeah, he's able to do both. Like, look at Don't Look Up from the trailer. He's very much what you would expect him to be, but like he's definitely been able to branch out. And even some of the roles where he is still more comedic, they're more. I think they're more layered than your typical Judd Apatow comedy. So you've seen the dramatic aspects of his acting ability time and time again. So I mean, yeah. Leo, you think he's upset? They do these movies together, and now Scorsese has a new friend, a new toy to play with.
Yeah, Leo brought in Jonah, and now Jonah's the new Leo.
Yeah. It's like you two being friends, and then me and you become friends, and we kick him out.
Yes, yeah. It's the typical stealing your sibling's friend or something like that. Your friend's friend. What an arc, right? De Niro, Leo, and now Jonah.
Scorsese.
I mean, he's talking about directors who are up there in age. To be 77, I think he is now, coming off of The Irishman. It's so rare for directors. As they get older, normally they start to...
He's 77.
He just keeps getting better. Yeah.
He looks like he's 60.
I mean, I'm not arguing this now, but there's many people out there that... Old people look younger these days. They really do.
I feel like old people look...
Except Robert Redford.
Like, they kind of... Like, between 60 and 80, if you look old at 60, that's just how you look for the rest of your life. Like Larry David.
He's a vampire.
Right, yeah. I think a lot of times there were people in the old days who were 40 and they looked like they were 60, you know? But yeah, the screenwriter has worked on several critically acclaimed biographical dramas, including Ed Wood, The People vs. Larry Flint, Man on the Moon. So that's exciting to see.
You haven't seen that yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
You gotta watch that. I think you would really like it.
You always say that whenever we
do.
bring this up.
I do, because you haven't seen it, and I'm like, you would like it. I'm trying to bring joy into your life.
That's
crazy twist at the end. You'd like it.
So yeah, Scorsese, I imagine it's going to be good. Everything the guy comes out with is fucking good. He's got 2 movies that I'm excited to see coming up.
I cannot wait for that Flower of the Moon one.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
You think if he ever came out with like a terrible stinker, I don't think he would because he's just too good. But like, I want to see like a scenario where like an old director makes just a stinker and everyone's like, oh, he's washed up, he's old, like get out of here. Like, what are you doing? And then he's come back with a fucking heater.
That's Ridley Scott.
But he's like, yeah, I guess so.
He's up there, man. He's like 83.
But he's always kind of teetered. But
Ridley Scott's 83?
I think so.
Can we get some new directors in town? What the fuck's going on?
Well, it's something you can do forever. Yeah, but I guess for Ridley Scott, it was coming off of Prometheus and some of those movies, and then he came out with The Martian, and that was the story with The Martian. Ridley Scott's back. This year, he's got 2 critically acclaimed movies.
But Prometheus wasn't fucking... I guess some people think it's god-awful. I like Prometheus.
Yeah, but also before Prometheus, wasn't it the Alexander movie? Or the Egyptian movie?
Exodus?
Yeah, Exodus, Gods and Kings, and then he dropped The Martian, so that's quite the...
That's what you just said.
That's
exactly what you just said.
But The Martian isn't his best work. Like, I'm talking just straight up masterpiece.
Yeah, but that's a heater, though.
Like, if this movie sucks...
It was nominated for Best Picture.
Best comedy, too, at the Golden Globes. Hilarious movie.
Mars is funny, in theory.
I saw that on a plane my first time.
I feel like watching Sully on a plane wouldn't be fun. All right, let's move on to the next story here. Scarlett Johansson reuniting with Marvel for a top-secret project.
I love this story.
This was an unexpected announcement made at the American Cinematic Gala. It was Feige speaking, and he said, yeah, Scarlett Johansson is coming back for a top-secret project. And she said in her statement when she was suing Marvel that she's looking forward to continuing their work relationship. I just want my bag. But this is, I mean... Maybe it's a multiversal situation. She's on as a producer, not in the cast.
She's dead in Marvel right now, right?
She's dead.
She's dead.
But we also got comments from Michael Keaton saying that he was filming for a top-secret Marvel project as well as the Vulture.
That was Morbius.
No, now. Like right now.
He's getting old. He's talking about Morbius.
He's like 58. He's got a 40-year career of directing in front of him.
What's so secret about Michael Keaton saying what he's doing? How's it a secret?
No, it's a secret project.
Yeah, but he's saying I'm working as the Vulture with Marvel right now. But it's very secret. You can't know what I'm doing.
Dude, yeah, what if it's like fucking...
Everything. It's super secretive about everything.
Yeah, you're acting like Marvel keeping secrets isn't exciting. You're like, how good of a secret could it be if it's got Vulture and Scarlett Johansson?
You know, in Suicide Squad, where they have the little things in their necks? Feige probably does that to his cast.
He needs to start.
I know if he did, Holland would be fucking dead by now.
I love that Scarlett Johansson could sue for her bag, and then they can just keep it moving.
Well, it's not a beef between her and Feige. It's very much the pencil pushers, you know?
Yeah, but if the big guys really wanted to, they can get her out of there and not do nothing with her anymore.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, if they
it's
really...
nice to see that they can...
But I think they realize it makes more sense to just bring her back in. It's like, she's suing us, we'll resolve that, but hey,
keep it moving.
You want to make us some more money?
Is that a phrase that's going to be lost to time? Pencil pusher?
Keep it moving?
Yes. Yeah.
In 50 years.
I'll try and keep it alive.
What's a pencil?
Sooner or later, with the millennials, pencil pusher will be like derogatory, and you can't say it anymore.
It's going to become... Where are you going, the cancel culture out there?
Yeah.
Accountants get
You can't call me a pencil pusher.
Because you don't push pencils.
It's paper preparer.
Yeah.
I guess that refers to pushing a pencil into a sharpener, an electric sharpener.
Yeah, or you're writing things.
Yeah, pushing pencils.
When's the last time you wrote, like on a paper? Like obviously a little doodle or whatever, but like extensively wrote something out.
Yeah, no, never.
It's fucking brutal.
My hand is cramping, Mrs. Puff.
My hands used to cramp so bad, bro, writing.
No,
it's
that
so
happens
bad,
now.
bro.
When
I can feel it right now. I can feel my hand, like, what it would feel like if I started writing.
I'm so happy.
It's that, like,
I was a kid who
like
they
a
had to,
throbbing, weird feeling.
I was a kid they had to pull out of class to get special writing attention because I had terrible handwriting.
Wow.
Yeah. They tried everything on me. I couldn't do it.
What episode was
So I
that?
write like I'm a lefty, but with my right hand. It's very odd.
It was the episode where she was so tired of teaching him, so she was just going to give him his
Extra
license.
credit?
Yeah, for extra credit, yeah. And,
What do you do at a stoplight? Is that what or a stop sign? Is that what it was?
yeah.
Miss Puff wanted this guy out of that boarding school.
Yeah, she gives him the pencil and he keeps breaking the tip. And then she gives him the pen, and he has so much respect for the pen, so much reverence for its ability, and then his hand starts cramping. Such a fucking great show. It's so good. All right, let's move on to the next story. What were we just talking about?
I have
Johansson,
no fucking
get in
idea.
the bag.
Oh,
Joe,
ScarJo,
yes,
yeah.
Top secret Marvel. Just tell us what it is,
I
right?
mean, with the multiverse, she can come back as Black Widow or whatever, so.
See, I would have a problem with Robert Downey coming back. I wouldn't have a problem with her coming back because I think the ending was so controversial. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't think it, because it didn't, that's the thing, it doesn't necessarily add to the movie for a lot of people. So I don't think it would take away if they brought her back. More
Should've
people
been
would just
Jeremy
be
Renner.
happy. It should, narratively, it just makes sense to kill off Hawkeye in that moment. And my feelings on the character aside, it just makes more sense. He's an old man
Especially if in
compared
this
to her.
Hawkeye series something happens to him.
Right. If something happens to him in the Hawkeye series, it becomes even worse what happened in
Because you
Endgame.
easily could have done a mid-snap show with him
Easily.
and Kate Bishop to kind of prop her up.
Instead of making him a
Your Hawkeye's pretty good,
sociopath.
though. Didn't he get canceled?
He did, but he's back. All right, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are going to star in the Wicked adaptation. We teased this at the top of the show. I know fans are very excited for this topic. They probably skipped ahead on the time codes. But this is, I don't know much about Wicked. I think that's always fun when we do it on podcasts where you don't research the source material, so you kind of just guess based on memory. So I think it's about the Wicked Witch of the East, right?
Wicked is about, wasn't that the James Franco movie that he did? He was just in it. It was like 10 years ago.
No, that was Oz.
Just did it.
Isn't
Same
that Wicked
universe.
though? Isn't that Wicked though?
No, but he was the guy. He was Oz. But same universe, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
I'm pretty sure Wicked is about the Wicked Witch of the West's sister, and she wants to be like her.
Mary West?
I don't know.
So who's the bad witch? The West?
The West, yeah.
So where's the East side?
East Side, that's what I think that's Ariana Grande.
Ah, okay.
Oh, nice.
And I know the song Popular.
I hear
And
she's
West
very
wants
good.
to be like the East side, and that's why she becomes wicked, because she can't. Is that what it is?
Where are the boots?
Or she's too
Did we
ugly?
get some-
Oh, actually, that may be the story, yeah. This is, maybe it's the origin story of the Wicked Witch of
Yeah.
the West.
Why she got so wicked?
Yeah, she got mad wicked. She just went nuts.
This takes place in Southie. What? I actually hear Ariana Grande is very good in Don't Look Up. So
Oh, really? I forgot that she's in that.
yeah,
Well, it's a cute moment. She tweeted 7 years ago that she always wanted the chance to star in Wicked. This is before she was even famous.
glad she got her
That's
break.
pretty cool.
Right? Look at that.
She's ridiculously famous. You ever think of like these people, just how famous they actually are?
That Taylor Swift.
Dude, Taylor fucking Swift.
I was just looking into it yesterday, bro. She's got crazy money.
I need that T Swift money.
Yo.
She literally just made another album of Red and her version, and just made a boatload more money of it. Fucking baller. She's the best. And who else? Like just like these mega stars. It's just I don't know how could you live like that? It's crazy. Feel bad for Jake Gyllenhaal though.
I think he's all right.
You think he likes it? It's kind of the biggest star in the world is still like talking about me.
I mean, that situation is very silly. I think it's just fun for the fans, you know? It's
They should
fun
get back. No,
Isn't
actually,
she in a
no.
relationship with someone? I
Well,
thought you were a big Taylor Swift fan.
They'll be cute like 50 years down the line when they're old.
Do you really give a fuck about Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal getting back together? They dated for 3 months in 2010.
I just want Taylor to be happy, you know? And if she like seems like she's going through a rough time, so if she ever needs someone to
Yeah,
talk
she's
to.
always going through a rough time.
Just
Let's move on
hit me
to
up.
quite the rough time. Matt Damon and Robert Downey Jr. have been tapped to join Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer biopic. We've talked about this several times on the podcast that will be starring Cillian Murphy as J. Robert Oppenheimer. I'm so happy that Robert Downey Jr. is going down this road. Get
Yeah.
your Marvel money, become the biggest star in the world, and now work with some acclaimed directors. Get that Oscar, baby.
I would have loved that they never announced this about Matt Damon though. Surprised me with that, Damon.
I mean, Damon has worked with Nolan in the past on Interstellar.
Yes.
That's the only time. So, a couple of newcomers. No, well, I just said Damon's worked with him, so second time, and now newcomer Robert Downey Jr. And like I said, the supporting role, you don't have to be the lead. You don't have to Dr. Doolittle it. You don't have to fucking be in the judge. Work with talent. You deserve this. You've earned this. And it's not a small fucking movie. It's a $100 million Christopher Nolan movie. But get back in the mud, you know? Get back to it.
Who's playing Oppenheimer?
Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
That's big for you? Not my Oppenheimer.
So I want to know who...
Big World War II guy over here.
looks nothing like him.
Millennials.
He looks nothing like Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was 5'11". He's clearly 5'9".
You know. Yeah, I think it's good casting. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
You guys fucking
I
suck.
don't know about Oppenheimer. I don't, Matt Damon, good actor. Who else is it? Oh, Robert Downey Jr. I do like you said, I do like him being playing like better roles.
Don't
where
just steal my points.
he's not. I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. Like you said, where he doesn't like choose to be the star just because he's making a boatload of money and just do a little take a step back, be supporting role in a big event movie like this. That's not Marvel, because Nolan movies are still big events while still having a sense of prestige around them. So he's kind of getting about the best of both worlds here.
Yeah, I want to see Robert Downey Jr. working with these bigger names. I mean, there were those rumors that he was going to do who's the uncle in Pinocchio? Geppetto, that he was going to play Geppetto in the live-action Paul Thomas Anderson Pinocchio, which sounds like the greatest fucking movie that was never made. And then there was also the Guillermo del Toro one, or I think that one's the one that's actually being made.
Why does everyone want to make Pinocchio?
I'll take a live action.
It's
Pinocchio.
an interesting story, man.
It
It's fucking surreal. It's bizarre. It's philosophical. People are drawn to that, man. The Island of Toys, Island of Misfit Toys. Nash loves using that phrase.
Pinocchio?
No, he loves calling the Knicks.
Misfits?
And he can never get it out. We're the Island of Misfit Toys.
I can see him saying it.
But I mean,
Is
the
this one of
next
his
Paul
first
Thomas
movies?
Anderson. First of all, I mean, Licorice Pizza looks like it's going to be movie of the year, based on the reviews so far.
Yeah.
But I hope Robert Downey works with the Paul Thomas Anderson next time, or he works with get him in a Scorsese. I'd like that.
He could play one of the Grateful Dead members.
Whose name is bigger, Robert Downey or Nolan's? Like, is it bigger having a Nolan movie, or is it Downey Jr. being on a Nolan movie?
I would see a Nolan movie before I saw like a starring Robert Downey Jr. That could be anything.
Yeah.
The Judge.
It's weird because Robert Downey is more of a household name, probably more famous. But for marketing, when you're an A-list director, that really helps with marketing. Like, Saul Hill knows who both of those people are. But Saul Hill's going to go out and see the Christopher Nolan movie because he did Batman and he did Interstellar, so it's an event. But more people are going to know Downey, but he's not going to, like Aaron said, you're not going out for Downey. I mean, yeah, some people are.
With the
but
last
Nolan,
Duel.
it's the same thing with Tarantino, you know? I don't know if Tarantino's more famous than Downey. He actually might be. He's a pretty famous name. but that's the selling point. It's a Tarantino film,
Right.
you know? Like, Villeneuve's not there yet. He's getting there. But certain guys, they have that status.
After Dune, he will be.
I think so.
But did the Sawhills of the world go see The Last Duel?
Hell
No one saw the
Exactly.
Last Duel.
Exactly. That's the point.
I don't think
Well,
Ridley
that star
Scott has
power.
that pull anymore.
But the
But see,
star
like-
power does.
Like, Will Smith has more of drawing power than Robert Downey, because and Leo's like that too. There's these certain, Robert Downey's a big star, A-list, but he's not, there's a level above it. It's
But
the
he's
difference
A-list because
between
he's good,
being
though,
like,
not because he was in Marvel. He's a good actor.
yeah.
I feel like his name, like people recognize him more though, just because of Marvel, not because he's a good actor.
Right, but Will Smith in an After Earth is going to make more money than if that was Robert Downey Jr., you know?
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Don't Look Up does, with Leo being the lead of a Netflix movie.
Apparently he's very good in it too.
It's a very good movie, so
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see like how that star power translates to like a streaming service. Because we've seen it with The Rock, and they said Red Notice is the biggest movie, and I'm sure that movie, if they both were in theaters, that movie would outmake Don't Look Up. But comparatively, I wonder how that's going to work out now that it's free at home for everybody.
How did that Jonah Hill show do on Netflix? That was like one of the first times
Maniac?
yeah.
No one watched
An A-list
Maniac.
went on to Netflix.
Right, I think that was one of the early ones, right? Where it
And Emma
was
Stone.
massive star
Emma Stone,
power,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you could say Emma Stone's even the bigger star there, because she's coming off the Oscar.
No one watched it, but it was fucking fantastic. I don't know why people didn't watch
Give
it.
kudos to Netflix for producing a show that was different, unique,
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of accessibility.
Well, I think Name Redacted was probably the first star to go to Netflix.
Oh, right. Well, you see, he has to pay back $30 million to the company that produced that show.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I saw him trending. I'm like, I was waiting to see like new movie starring.
that's initially that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
What happened?
So Kevin Spacey has to pay back like $30 million to the production company that made House of Cards
Wow.
because of his firing. I imagine it was probably in his contract or something like that.
Is he still canceled? Is he done? Is he
That's
done?
a
That's as
lifetime
canceled
cancel.
as you
Lifetime
get.
ban?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where people say cancel culture is a myth. It's like sometimes, occasionally, it's not. Sometimes you just got to cancel a motherfucker.
He got shut down, dude. What a shame. He's such a good actor.
I mean, one of the best ever. You just can't erase that.
You can't
I'm not-
deny it, no.
Right. And I clearly, it feels icky to even go back and watch him in things. So that's why it's
I prefer like
like Seven. I'll have a great time watching.
yeah, I
him
can
in
watch that. Yeah, because that's like but then you're like is he
And be
acting?
pissed that he won. Yeah, is he acting? Is this acting? Or, wait, actually, is he a good actor? Because it seems he just plays creeps all the time. It's like Leo and Revenant. It's like he ate a bear.
Oh, was it Thanksgiving or Christmas when he comes out with his yearly
I
like
think it's usually Thanksgiving, yeah, where he comes out with
public
this.
service? So we're getting a new Spacey soon.
We might get a new Underwood. He does it in the Underwood accent. Fucking
Yeah, no,
weirdo.
that's another weird. Besides the fact him even making that video in the first place, super weird and uncomfortable. But the fact that he does it as Frank Underwood is mind-boggling.
It's a cherry on top. Speaking of super weird and uncomfortable, Chris Pratt is set to replace Bill Murray as the voice of Garfield in a new animated Garfield movie. This man just keeps gobbling up these voiceover roles.
Let him eat.
When they announced that Spider-Man show, we never talked about that. That's coming to Disney Plus. It's the animated show that's going to be Spider-Man's freshman year.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, Spider-Man's going to be voiced by Chris Pratt.
I was thinking in my head too, like I wouldn't do it, but like if I tweet at Kevin Spacey, like do the tweet.
Do the-
for Thanksgiving.
Don't do that.
I'm
Why
not
are you trying
going
to
to.
provoke him?
It's like,
Man of chaos.
he's probably in the fucking fever dream where he doesn't know what's going on. He'll see my tweet, like, "Oh, Claire, I forgot. It's Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Get
Claire."
the camera." It's like, Kevin, you're not Frank Underwood.
I always wanted to try Freddy's ribs.
Oh my God, is there anything better than a good rib?
No.
Shout out to
Nice
Eve.
full off the bone rib.
I was just going to make that same joke. I was going to say Ask Eve.
Hmm.
Chris Pratt, like we said, it's been very controversial, all the voiceover roles that he's been getting over the last few months. First, Super Mario. He's obviously has the experience in movies like Onward and the Lego movies. Lego movie is an iconic voiceover performance.
He's a good voice for voiceover.
He is a good voice actor. I can understand why people are frustrated with the same voice getting all these iconic characters, but who's really going to be upset with him voicing Garfield?
Who's going to see it?
Super Mario, I guess,
kids.
maybe.
You think the kids care? Who's voicing it?
Kids love Garfield.
Yeah, Bill Murray is for voice.
Lasagna.
Terrible movie. but perfect casting. That's the voice of Garfield.
I actually watched Garfield recently.
Yeah, I saw that on your letterbox. I used to love that movie when it came out, man.
He's such a
Good
pro.
for Chris Pratt, though.
He is
I mean,
a fucking asshole.
From hearing interviews, doing
Stupid
voiceover
cat.
work is like the easiest thing to do ever for an actor.
Not if you're good at it.
If you, I mean, you
Yeah.
show up to
In
work
Hollywood,
in your
it is. Yeah,
pajamas.
It's all about the name now. Yeah, you show up in pajamas.
But the
you
good
give
ones
no
actually
effort.
acts.
Right? No, they're not all good these days.
I mean, I don't care. Like, Mario? Everyone knows the Mario voice, right? What's the Garfield voice?
Bill Murray.
That's what you.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
what I-
it's just Bill Murray.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Well, maybe
No, he had the cartoon. I don't remember the cartoon voice.
Neither do I. Just on the movie.
he's always giving John Arbuckle the business.
What's the dog's name again?
I forget.
Pluto.
That's
Mickey's.
Mickey's dog.
It's only the only dog I know besides Scooby Doo.
You guys ever see that comic where Mickey takes opioids?
No. Awesome though.
It's like a legitimate thing. For real.
Actually, I think I have seen that.
Yeah, they get fucking stoned, and then they basically get addicted to
I
it.
should give Garfield opioids. It kind of acts like
He's already
he's
on it.
lethargic enough.
He's
Yeah,
on it.
He
He
needs
eats a lot.
meth.
Some speed.
Actually, I'm not gonna tell that story.
Story that involves speed.
Or meth.
Meth.
Yeah, let's wrap this up, huh? We don't have any questions. We didn't answer your questions.
Is there Isn't there a word for like something that happened a while ago, and the cops can get you on it?
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, you can get in trouble for it or what?
I wasn't dealing meth.
Oh, so what meth story could you have?
So in college, we got this like back when Molly was like a big thing. So we tried it and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I actually saw a friend recently, and he's like, yeah, remember like when we took meth on accident? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, one of the kids that we know, like who got from the same guy, got it tested once, and it was like a good amount of like methamphetamine in there.
Jesus.
So I'm like, oh, I've done meth then. It's like yeah, neat.
That's not cool.
No, I was very upset, but I mean, I get it.
All right, guys, that is the Nerd Soup podcast for today.
No
Thank you
questions?
for
No
listening.
questions?
No questions.
Why not?
We had too many topics. We had to run through those
We
topics.
do like
so-
3 questions. You gotta have some left over somewhere.
No, I don't.
Succession?
They're all old. You just want to review Succession?
No, what do you think? What do you think about it?
I'm in love with Shiv. I can't even deny it.
She is the baddest.
But it's to a point where I may need to be restrained because I think I'm emotionally obsessed with her.
Who's Shiv?
Are you that horny for Shiv?
Yes. No, it's the fucking fits they keep putting her in.
Ooh, mama.
Damn, we were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron the Nerd Soup Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Bo says, you keep the lights on in the fridge so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our Patreon supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.